this part and from that part, here and here, the object phrase threaten. Vast rocks and twin cliffs threaten into heaven. So they're not threatening the sea. They're not threatening the fleet. They're reaching up into heaven, and under the pinnacle or the summit of those, the waters, safe waters, are widely silent. So after the big dramatic excitement of the storm and the disaster, we have this calm. This is a typical narrative device. After any time you have a big explosion or big battle scene, and like Marvel's Avengers, they go back and they recoup in a quiet area. Then the scene, ablative, let's find your verb form, impends, right? Then the scene is with waving woods, so it's almost an image of a play, and the nemos atrum, the dark grove, with its horrenti, frowning or bristling shade, impends from above. So you see here, these are both what's doing it. You have these woods on the top of the mountains. Under the opposing or straight across fronte brow, a cave is probably in the hanging cliffs. Within are sweet waters and the seats of living rock, home of the nymphs. So we see a nice quiet grotto or little cave in there with sweet water. That would be not the water of the sea, which is salt water, which you can't drink, but a nice place to go. So it's quiet. He's giving a lot of images to emphasize the calmness. Here, not any chains, neuter plural, subject phrase, hold the tired ships. The anchor does not bind in any uncom or so crooked bite, or with any crooked bite, so it's very calm. Here, hither to this place, Aeneas enters with 7 ships, comes in with 7 ships, having been collected, so it's an ablative of accompaniment, could be ablative means, out of all their number that they had before. And the Trojans, having gone out with a great love of the land, ablative of manner, it's a kind of ablative being used adverbially, they potiantur, a unique verb, takes the ablative as the subject phrase, and there it is, the sought for arena beach, and they place their limbs, accusative neuter plural, dripping with brine or with salt onto the shore. So they just go out and they throw themselves on the shore. And first, Achates, this is the loyal friend of Aeneas, his trusted quiet Robin, never says a darn thing, but is always present. He struck out a scintillum, spark, from the flint, ablative of separation, I think. And he received the fire in leaves. So he starts a little fire. It's very homey now. And he gave roundabout, ablative, it's an adverbial use, dry nutrimento or fuel. And he, rapuit, caught the flame in the hearth. So hearth is a symbol of home for the Romans. They knew this pretty well. So you have a nice, relaxing, quiet area after the storms have passed. Then Fessos, weary of things or of the actions, they expedient, they push a foot out, they trot out their Karam, which is Kararam, which is series, and a series corrupted with waves. This is the figure of metonymy, or the change of one noun to another. So therefore, the Karam refers to grain, cereal. And they also pull out their cereal making implements or arms, their cereal arms. What are the cereal arms? Grinding stones to take the grain, turn it into flour, place the rolling pins. Very different than the image of the powerful hero of Troy, uh, and very appropriate for a home-like setting, but not very heroic, right? It's kind of interesting where you take Arma, because he talks about singing about the arms and the man, and now when the first time we see Aeneas messing around with the arms, people are getting the rolling pins out and to make bread, which is a very Roman custom, of course, but also shows that Aeneas is nowhere the epic hero at this stage. And they prepare both both to torch, to burn the recovered grains with flames, and to break it with a stone. So that's what they're going to do. It's a hysteron proteron there. They're going to grind it first, and then they're going to burn it. Hysteron proteron is first and second. So we have here a big scene of the Trojans having suffered a big storm. Now they have a peaceful place to go, and it's a change in the action. But it's also descriptive of the person that we see as the hero of the Aeneid, who is more concerned with getting his people fed than he is with getting his super weapons on and doing powerful hero things. So, what will happen next time? Will Aeneas find his manhood? Will Juno figure out where they're at? Will they have some nice sandwiches? All these and other questions will be answered the next time we tune in, true believers. And until then, Excelsior.